Are you interested in investing in real estate? Don't know where to begin? My name is Tristan with the Payne Group at Coldwell Banker Las Olas here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And today I'm going to discuss the 3 things to look for when you're initially analyzing an investment property. When looking at an investment property, the first thing you should look at is its location. Now that's cliche, real estate, you always hear location, location, location. And you may say, Tristan, what am I looking for in the location? Hopefully you're looking in a location you know, but if you're not, a few things you should be looking at are infrastructure improvements. So if the city is redoing roads, laying new pipes, anything that might signal some sort of expected growth in the near future. The second thing you should be looking at is new development. Are they building homes? Are restaurants going in? Are they putting gas stations in? You know, anything that might be for consumers showing that people are moving in. And then the last thing you should be looking at is access. So if it doesn't have the infrastructure improvements, it doesn't have the new development, an important aspect might be access to seaports. We're here in South Florida. We've got the ocean on 3 sides of us. So seaports, airports are huge. You need to be able to have people travel in and out. Lots of business people are traveling and they need access to those airports. So location is our first metric that we want to look at when analyzing a new investment property. The second and arguably most important thing we want to look at is the income of the property. So you want to look, is the property vacant? Is it occupied? Does it have long-term leases? Does it have month-to-month leases? All this weighs in when you're looking at buying a property. Obviously, if it has long-term leases and it's fully occupied, that property is probably going to be worth a little more money with the income. But this all leads into the cap rate. Cap rate is a metric that we use a lot in real estate, and it shows the return on your investment or the expected return on your investment when buying a piece of property. And the formula for cap rate is net operating income over the current market value, or if you're analyzing, it could be net operating income over the list price of the property. This is important. You want a property that is producing income, especially if it's your first property, because you're going to have a mortgage and you're going to have expenses that you want to cover with the income of the property, or at least try and cover, for the most part, your expenses with the income of the property. The last thing I recommend studying when you're looking at an investment property is growth. Growth of the area can be found, or studies can be found online, whether that's population growth year over year, it's median salary growth. You can look at new companies coming in and opening offices in the area. All of this is important. And more importantly, I think growth of the property, or potential growth of the property. The biggest and easiest way to grow a property is buying something where rents are below market value. So for example, you buy an industrial property in South Florida and the rent, or the average rent on the property is $9 a square foot, where market rents are at $14 a square foot. Now you're not going to be able to bump that up immediately, especially if there's long-term leases on the property that are conveying with the sale. But as those leases expire, you'll be able to renegotiate and bump those up, 4, 5, 6, 7%. And if you add new tenants that are paying market value, you're growing and increasing the income of the property. Another thing that is a potential growth opportunity in an investment property is capital improvements. So you go into a property, it's vacant, it has a hole in the roof, you come in, the structure is great, you redo the roof. Now you have a property that you can place tenants in, you're growing the income, and it becomes an income producing property. You're adding value to that property. In review, when you're analyzing a new investment property, I believe you should study the location of the property, the income the property produces, and the growth of the area and potential growth of the property. If you have any questions or are interested in investing in real estate, please check out www.paynerealtygroup.com.